All right, what is going on, hustlers? Welcome back into the channel. Today we will be diving into my plan over the next 5, 10, 15 years to really take the next step 10, 50, 100x my portfolio in the crypto industry and be able to also get that into other avenues as well, right? Over time, you don't want it to all just be in crypto. You want to spread your bets as well as understand where your expenses and where your investments are going. And in a multi-decade opportunity that we have in front of us here with crypto gaming, with the metaverse, I think that there's so much room for growth, and I will not fumble the opportunity to be early on this movement, as we are about 12 to 15 months into this movement of crypto games, metaverse. You know, on metaverse, we really got the announcement last October, so it's about 10 months into the metaverse wave. Just wait till we actually start to see progression, products coming out that are really setting the trend for the future of what a metaverse really is going to be. And if it sweeps the social space like people think it will, like Mark Zuckerberg thinks it will, for example, then we're going to see a major boom in this industry. I'm going to talk about my strategy in the markets right now that I have been deploying during this entirety of this dip to be able to position myself in the future and be able to set up for wins in the future in this market, especially once we went and hit a certain level. I think that the DCAs began, coming into play as far as Bitcoin, Ethereum. We'll talk about that all in this video. If you are new to the channel, be sure to like the video and subscribe for videos here every single week on the channel. We'll also be streaming live on Friday the Imposters Beta event with the community for this thing of ours. And this thing of ours, the NFT Gaming Collective, that is my collection. I am the founder. Crypto Gaming Information, investors, gamers, builders. It's a real all-around hub between the information pillars with the private crypto gaming reports, daily news, advisor calls, as well as the treasury, which is backed by NFT gaming assets. So one thing with our collection is we are true crypto gaming NFT metaverse maximalist in the fact that the treasury, a lot of projects don't do anything with their treasury. We will be banking our treasury into crypto gaming assets, NFTs, metaverse assets, etc. And that will be a legit stake in the future of this industry as we enter those projects that we do believe that will set the trend, and our treasury will be backed by those NFT gaming assets. So very unique utility. If you don't know already, or if you aren't in the server, hit the link down below, discord.gg/thisThingOfOurs. Join the family, come chat. I believe that you will really enjoy the gaming hub that we have put together there. And the mint is about a few weeks away, so that's going to be exciting once we get around to that. So let's dive right in, guys. And I wanted to start with Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is obviously something that if you're in crypto, some people always try to sell you on the fact that you can only get a 2, 3, 4x in a bull run off of Bitcoin, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, it's a $400 billion market cap. Of course, it's a huge coin. The market cap's going to take a lot to be able to 2, 3, 4x as opposed to lower cap tokens. But I do believe, whenever Bitcoin is at this price range, if you are looking at it from a long-term scope, as you should, by the way, as you should, and I know this image it's kind of a funny image to be using here, but, my rule, and a lot of people utilize this tool, the 30-70 rule. So 30% of your overall earnings, your cash flow, goes to expenses and 70% to investments. And you need to know exactly what those investment buckets are, and whether that's crypto, whether that's real estate, whether that's tax advantage accounts, IRAs, stocks, bonds, REITs, Vanguard funds, whatever your trade is, you need to be able to clearly define 30% of my cash flow is going to expenses and 70% is going to investments. And that will take out all the guilt that ever crosses your mind when you are spending from that 30% that you have already planned for, and you are already investing into the markets, into the industries, and the cash flow mechanics and the mechanisms that you think are going to get you to your goals in the future. So I think that that's major to really deploy that strategy. But I think DCAing into Bitcoin anywhere around 20,000. Realistically, with that 70% bucket, to invest and stack Bitcoin, because I think, this is it's the top dog in crypto, and obviously this is decentralized money right here. That's Bitcoin. So I think this is an essential part of your portfolio, and anything in the 20,000s range is definitely value long term. And I think the same thing with Ethereum. Obviously Ethereum, I would not be actively buying Ethereum right now after it just 2x, for example. I do think we're due for a little bit of a dip, but at the same time, $1,700 Ethereum over the next few years, everyone's still calling for $10,000 Ethereum. And I think even, it's about 2x off of the market cap from Bitcoin. So, the flippening is definitely tightening a little bit. But I think Ethereum's part of those essentials of your portfolio. And I think in the future, when you're taking that long-term approach, which I am. I'm 26 years old. I'm taking the long-term approach here to be able to position myself for whenever crypto is there in 5, 10, 15 years on this multi-decade opportunity that I keep preaching about. I will be here and positioned for that movement. I think Polygon is an essential part as well, but I would not be buying into Polygon right now. This is not something I'm actively DCAing or anything, because here's why. If we see here, during the bear market, it got down to about 34 cents, and we're sitting at about 88 cents after the Disney announcement, amongst a couple other things. A lot of strong stuff going on over at Polygon, especially with Ryan Wyatt coming over from YouTube Gaming, amongst other things. So I'll wait for a little bit of a dip and for it to lose a little bit of that momentum off that news for Polygon, but definitely one that I see as a staple of the future of my portfolio, especially in the crypto gaming world and the L1s, L2s, etc. And speaking of L1s, I think Avalanche definitely is still in my stack and in my category to definitely position myself in for the future. And I think anything around $20 or lower, I think maybe even let the market cap, start to go down even a little more. I think that, maybe $18 might be a really comfortable range if you believe in Avalanche to start really biting on Avalanche. And, I say $18. I'm pretty sold on the fact that we're going to go back down from where we are now. And I think that we could see $18 on Avalanche, $20 on Avalanche. We saw $18, $16 back in June. I wouldn't be surprised to see those prices again in this bear market. And even if we go up to 26, 28, etc., I think that that's when people are going to start calling bull market, and then we're really going to see a tumble. So we'll see where the market goes over the next few weeks, but Avalanche is definitely in my sights. I would like the fully diluted market cap to come down a little bit here, but then as far as projects that I would bank on in a market like this at the right prices for the future, projects like Gala Games, right? So Gala, obviously with their music, film, games, they have 14 games slated to launch on their platform. And if we go take a look at their platform, between Fortitude, Grit, which is launching on Epic Game Store, we have the Walking Dead games, Superior, Legends Reborn, Last Expedition. There's so much quality coming to the Gala Games platform, and they're really like the Activision. They're like the entertainment studio of Web3 at the moment. I think that when you look at everything that Gala is doing, it's hard to resist the fact that they're only at a $422 million market cap and a $2 billion fully diluted market cap. I think when all their games are live, when all their platforms are fully functioning, this is an opportunity to be like an early Web3 gaming investor, an analogy towards like an Activision or a Riot Games or an Epic Games. Gala is setting that standard. And if you want to be at that top tier echelon on your portfolio on metaverses, I think Sandbox is here to stay. And I think Sandbox is going to benefit greatly off the Minecraft ban. Whenever Sandbox is fully live, all those partnerships are flowing within their ecosystem. It's going to be really interesting to see the future for Sandbox. But I think that's one to definitely keep on your radar, as well as even ApeCoin. ApeCoin has the highest market cap of any crypto gaming metaverse token on the entire market. So it's going to be interesting to see what ApeCoin does in a bull market. Like the Yuga community, Bored Apes, Mutant Apes, they are so loyal. We're really going to get to see the test in a bull market where ApeCoin can go. Obviously, from the land sale, if we all remember the famous land sale, the infamous land sale, this token ran up to $26. We saw it, all the way down to where it is today. It's even been at $3.57. So, ApeCoin in an up market or another crypto gaming metaverse bull run is going to be really interesting to see. Definitely one to keep your your sights on, as well as Vulcan Forged, Ultra, which is like the Steam of crypto gaming. I think you have to have your studios like Gala and Vulcan Forged, your Steam of the crypto gaming with Ultra. You can have your ApeCoin with like a metaverse crypto gaming NFT type of a play. It's really that overarching. With the sandbox, you'll have the leading metaverse. And then when you take a look, always have small caps in your sights like Wazder, Phantasma, Froyo Games. These are ones I'm definitely eyeing down, and especially whenever we do, like I mentioned just now, when I feel comfortable in a market that is confirmed itself to be a bull market. And even if we do go up from here, I'm not sold that we are in a bullish pattern long term here. I think that we will see more pain given the economic climate, but it's going to be interesting. Always know what low caps you want to potentially DCA in whenever that confirmation comes around, because the money trickles from the high caps to the mid caps to the low caps, right? It goes Bitcoin, Ethereum, layer ones, crypto gaming, metaverse, mid cap coins, and then the small caps get the money. And last bull cycle, if we remember, Blocktopia, we 33x'd. Defina Finance, 9x. I believe Altura did like an 8x from whenever we entered. I believe we got in around 5 cents when it went up to 40 cents. So there was a lot of projects last bull run, and we could go on a list, but that's not the point of this video. This is my strategy in the future to position myself to be in the lead and in the driver's seat for the next 5, 10, 15 years on this opportunity that we have in front of us. And it starts by DCAing the quality and then also accumulating at valuations that I'm comfortable with on projects like Gala, Sandbox, ApeCoin, Vulcan Forged, etc. Because I do think that these projects will set the Web3 standard for what these platforms should be operating on. The Steams, the Activisions, the studios, all the infrastructure, ApeCoin. I think that all these have a lot of potential for growth over the next 12, 18, 24, even more, like 24 months, even more. And the tides will change like every cycle. Some of the top coins will eventually fall off, and we'll see newcomers and people come do it better. But that's all of a part of a crypto, and the strategy will change over time. But at this moment, these are the projects that I'm eyeing to start accumulating, because I know that these will be the staple in the backbone of crypto gaming for the short to midterm, and then long term, who knows where this industry could go. And I'm going to be positioned at the forefront of all of it. And as I mentioned, quality first, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polygon, Solana, Avalanche, etc. Make sure your quality is situated at the top. Always have stables to fall back on, and then have those stables ready to go on your crypto gaming and metaverse portfolio when the time comes, because you are early. You are early in this industry. And then I think it would be foolish to not start looking into potentially real estate. Whenever this real estate bubble, real estate crash comes in with the money printing that we're seeing, whenever this real estate crash comes in, this is definitely something you want to have on your radar. We're seeing confidence in the housing market, lowest point in over a decade. So if you have high industrial areas that need consistent flow of people to have housing in an area, or if you want to do short-term rentals in a hot market, right? I think there's two approaches. You could do residential, like a long-term lease, 6-month, 12-month leases on a property that you own, or you could do rentals and be able to actually short-term Airbnb, etc. So there's multiple options you could go with there, but I think this is a good time. If you're sharpening your tool set in this down market, in this recession, you're sharpening the blades, I think that this is the time to start learning a little bit about what it would take to get into real estate, what kind of down payments you would need, because I think that whenever the time comes, and I think the smart people will be buying up property and, getting more properties and more doors into their portfolio, technically speaking. So I think this is one to really begin sharpening your crafts on, because when we see lower prices in the real estate market, there's going to be a lot of smart people going in there and buying a lot of properties, and you want to be one of those smart people. So definitely a craft to study up on in this market. And I'll go back to the last underlying fact here. Utilize this rule to your full advantage. The 30-70 rule, 30% expenses, 70% investments. And I promise, if you have a long-term view, and if you truly do this right, and you don't allocate too much to your investments, that you have to keep picking from it every single month. You put some in, and then a week later you have to take it out because you have to use it for living expenses. That's not how it should be. Your investment should be something you are willing to set to the side and not touch, and you can have so many different baskets within your investments. Just be sure to execute this so you aren't pulling consistently from that account, and you will feel guilt-free and you will feel confident about your future outlook in this industry without having to watch the charts every minute, without having to feel like you missed every single pump if that was the case. I think this will ease your mind a ton. And if you want this info on the consistent level, be able to ask me questions, be able to go one-on-one inside the Discord with other members, as well as myself, and the advisor calls, the crypto gaming reports, which are exclusive to the server. They are private videos just like these, very raw and unfiltered, that are in the server, private, only for members, and these will be for holders only after we mint. Be sure to check that out. Like the video if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe. We'll be back later this week with another video. As always, guys, stay bullish. It's tough at this moment, but always be smart in this market. Keep hustling. Peace.